It turned out Ellie's mum knew about Dan cheating on her, so now I'm even more confused about the situation. Olivia Attwood's Bad Boyfriend Season 2 Episode 8. Ellie's mum is here. And usually I would say, what's it got to do with the parents, what's it got to do with the friends? But in this case, Ellie needs as much help as she can get. So I was stupidly thinking to myself, maybe her mum is not aware of the fact that he is such a cheating fuckbag. But no, it turns out that she did know that he cheated. But Dan was filling her in on the fact that when he was down the strip he kissed two girls, and also that he slept with another girl when they were waiting for him in the parking lot. So I don't know if her mum was only staying calm because there was cameras there and she didn't want them to film a crime, but she wasn't screaming, she wasn't going off her head, she was just like, oh, I can't believe this. And then Dan says she needs to put her foot down, and the mum says she's put her foot down before. And I say this in almost every single video, if not every video. He shagged her best friend. He shagged her best friend. That's past putting your foot down. At that point, you're on the dark web looking for people who do bad things for a bargain. Now, I can't be the only person who thinks that this behaviour deserves medieval punishments. And Olivia was so nice. She's like, Dan, I don't think you're a bad person. I do. I think he's a bad person. I think he's a complete fucking cunt. And I know he's young, right? And people make mistakes, people cheat. But this wasn't oh, I cheated on her once. This is I slept with her best friend. I slept with somebody while she was waiting to pick me up with her mum. It was, I went on a TV show and said that I was single and then kissed girls down the strip. This is not just a simple mistake. He's just a complete fucking dick. And he can sit there and say, oh, my dad died. And she can make fucking excuses for him. Oh, he didn't have a man in his life to teach him right from wrong. Actually, get to fuck. And Olivia says, I don't usually do this, but I could take you back in there and we could sit at the table and everybody could tell you, like, you aren't meant to be together and all that, but I don't think you need to hear it. I think she needs to hear it. I think she needs to go and see a therapist, or she needs to go and speak to somebody. Because I don't know how her mum sat there, calm as fuck. And not only that, I am one of these people who's totally against parents, like, getting too involved in their children's lives. But in this case, something needs to be done. I don't know if she still lives with her mum, but if I was her mum, I'd say, look, if you want to be with him, I'm not going to stop you. If you love him, by all means, go ahead. But if he steps one foot into my house, you won't be leaving. And that's all I can say in this video, but I can tell you it would be a lot more graphic than that. So Olivia gives them a chance to leave, and let's be honest, it doesn't matter if they stay or leave because he's going to continue being a complete fucking skis bag anyway. So when Olivia told the rest of the group that they'd left, Miles was saying, oh, I wish the best for them, I hope they work out. Why do you hope they work out? Why do you hope that she is stuck with that for the rest of her life, or even on the fucking car ride home? I wouldn't wish that in my worst enemy. I hope she wakes the fuck up, gets some self-confidence and tells him to get to fuck. And actually, that would be being nice about it, because at least he would still have use of both his legs. So anyway, thank God that fuckbag's away and I don't have to look at him anymore. He totally infuriates me. So Olivia says there's still got to be an elimination. Everybody around the table is talking about who they think has made the least progress. And I was kind of surprised that people were choosing Akon over Italo. They were saying Dylan's really improved, and somebody says, I don't even know why Max is here, he totally adores Izzy. Well, you know why he's here, because he's always fucking off to Thailand. Has she not been listening? When they went round the table and voted for who made the least progress, it was between Italo and Akon left. I'm not sure if that was fair or not. You can let me know what you think in the comments. One thing that I will say as well is they're kind of saying, oh, like, maybe he'll quit his job. But if he was a stripper when she met him and she went with him knowing that he was a stripper, I think it's quite unfair to ask him to leave his job. But I don't think it's unfair to ask him to stop going to after parties. Although Anthony did say when you're in that situation, it's going to be hard to turn those situations down. So I get where he's coming from, but the guy's doing a job that he clearly loves. But he is a serial cheater. And he does do after party dances. I mean, he's not an escort or anything. But I just don't really know who should have went. All I do know is, I'm glad Dan's gone. Olivia decides to put the boys to the test and send them on dates and see how they react in different situations. So Izzy's got an earpiece and she's like, oh, I'm starving, oh, is there anything to eat? And they want to see if Max is going to offer to get her something to eat, but he doesn't. Now, to be fair, acts of service isn't everybody's love language. Acts of service is not my love language whatsoever. But if I'm with my boyfriend or I'm with somebody and they say they're hungry, I'm going to go and get them something to eat. That's not even acts of service. That's just like fucking common courtesy. But then he's probably just sitting there thinking, well, if she wants something to eat, then she can go and see what she wants. So I feel like that wasn't really a fair test. Then she had to pretend she lost the back of her earring in the pool to see if he would jump in. And she's going, oh, I can't go in, my hair's clean. And then he runs away. And he came back down with goggles on to look, and she felt bad. And I thought, oh, that was nice, he's really putting the effort in there. So then the producers came along and asked her if she wanted her nails done, but she had to pay for it herself, and it was €50. And she's going, oh no, oh Jacinta, are you getting your nails done? Oh, I've no money. And he ended up offering to pay, right, but he did look a bit raging about it. But at the end of the day, he still offered to pay. And what I would like to know is, did they actually get their nails done? Then she asked him for a foot rub. Too far. I absolutely hate feet. And she says, will you kiss my toe? And I was like, right, they're fucking written it now. Anthony and Dylan were out on a date. And I was getting ready for work and I couldn't stop crying. My mascara was all over my face. And Dylan, oh my god, the waiter was asking how they met. I'm going to cry right now. And he told them that they met on Tinder and how long they'd been together. And I know that that doesn't even really seem like a big deal, right? But Anthony has obviously been saying that he's embarrassed by his sexuality and he doesn't talk about things like that. I was like, help, right? But it got worse. So when he was sitting at the table, I'm actually going to cry. He was holding his hand across the table and he told him he loved him. I was like in some state, right? FYI, the cocktails looked amazing, but that's neither here nor there. So then they went away and they were walking about and he gave him a kiss outside. It's like, I can't cope. And Dylan was also saying, oh, I know I need to do things myself, run my own bath and all that. And I was just like, progress. At the table earlier, Miles had said that he was going to marry Shay within the year. And everybody was like, where the fuck's this coming from? So Olivia says, right, I'm going to interview him and Shay, you can watch. So she was saying, like, what's made you change your mind? And she's giving him all the questions. Now, do we actually believe that he's going to marry her within the year? I don't. Olivia gave Jacinta cards and sent the two of them out for dinner. And she says, Olivia's gave me these questions and then you've basically got to pass the test. So one of them says, tell me you love me, which was a bit weird, right? Because, like, you shouldn't be have to told to tell somebody that you love them. But he was like, oh, this one's easy. I love you. I want to show you that I love you, blah, 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 passing the test. She then said, cut ties with your ex. And he's like, it's done. Don't you worry. So then she says, let me go through your phone. And then the dessert came out and lo and behold, there was his phone. I thought he was going to say no. But he said, on you go. Go ahead. And in the clip for next time, shit's about to get crazy. His messages are fucked up. She's got to go off her head. I can't wait to see it. Let me know in the comments who you think should have went at the elimination. And also, who do you think is the most improved boyfriend? Because tomorrow's the finale. My god, I can't believe it. It's so soon. But I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.